January signings, is on the bench. Jaden Dixon, the England under-19 international, signed from Stoke, of course. As for Everton, just one alteration for the Toffees. Kingsford Bayakia replaces Martin Sheriff, who's signed for Port Vale on loan. Braden Graham is the Toffees' danger man, the 18-year-old Northern Ireland international. At under 19 level, can boast 7 goals in PL2 this season. The former Linfield striker is a real live wire, and one that the Arsenal backline will have to keep an eye on this evening. Final check from our match night officials, and we're underway. Everton, all in blue, will attack the goal away to our left as we watch. Well, more of an interest on this match for sure, given that Evan Mooney is playing. But I think the way that the Arsenal youngsters have gone about their business recently has been really impressive. They have dug deep. They were well beaten by Liverpool, as all followers of Arsenal's under-21 side will know. That was a real disappointment and a low point in the season. But when you dust yourself down and get back up and win your next 2 in impressive fashion, I think a lot of credit has to go to the Arsenal youngsters and indeed the coaching staff as well. Not easy. Of course, a lot of these players were involved in UEFA Youth League as well this season. A real shame that Arsenal didn't make it through to the knockout stages of that particular competition, but something for some of the younger players to maybe build towards. And obviously Arsenal should be involved in that competition next season. Here is Mooney, first opportunity to see what he can do. A low ball in, cleared away by Welch. Arsenal looking to start on the front foot. Awkward touch on the edge of the penalty area, but Arsenal managed to keep possession. This is Hamill. And now it's with Marley Salmon, who of course made his debut for the first team this season. A number of players on show have done that, of course. We saw Abraham play the final few minutes against Kairat in the Champions League. That would have been some moment for him. Of course, Brando Bailey-Jovis as well played the last 14 minutes of that game. He's been excellent across the junior competitions as well, the 17-year-old. And Salmon came on against Club Brugge and also played in the FA Cup game against Portsmouth away from home at Fratton Park. He will no doubt be looking at that game against Wigan, round 4 of the FA Cup, and maybe thinking that he can get some sort of go in that. He's a really classy young player, England junior international, as we know, captains the side tonight, incidentally. Arsenal get the decision here, and it will be Callum Hamill, another young Scot, of course, who's been up from under-17 to under-19 duty for the national side this season, to take the throw. Ibrahim with the header, nodded back by Francis Gomez. Had a lone spell in French football the other season, just 19, and a regular for Everton's PL2 side this season. Good pace to the opening few minutes here. And certainly what I've noticed over the course of this season and last is that the PL2 games are getting better in terms of tempo and quality. Their worth has come into question from some quarters over the last week or two, but for these young players, it's always key to don the red and white of Arsenal. From an Everton standpoint, the blue, of course. Coaching staff from age groups above, seniors, who will be looking at this game and trying to work out whether any of these players can potentially make some sort of impression over the remainder of the season for the senior side. Certainly from an Everton standpoint, 1 or 2 slightly older players who might be looking at getting a go, depending on league state, table state from an Everton point of view. Long pump forward for Olaiwola. Whistle has gone. 17, the Everton number 10, and just a 4th appearance in PL2 so far this season, but a player that looks like he's got a bit of pace and purpose about him. All or nothing with Everton, it would appear, this season. 12 games played, 14th position in PL2, 6 wins and 6 defeats. Scored 19 against 19, 18 points, the same as Arsenal. The Gunners have got a game in hand. Top 16 make the playoffs, top 12 get Premier League International Cup the following season. Outside the top dozen, these two sides on goal difference only, so every chance. Whether either can catch Manchester United at the top is a moot point. 11 clear, but we do go into playoffs these days in PL2. Arsenal, of course, did manage to make it through last campaign, but were beaten in the round, the quarterfinals by Manchester City after beating Newcastle in the round of 16. Everton themselves knocked out by Manchester United at the first knockout stage. Both will be hoping to go a little bit deeper into those end-of-term do-or-die contests. Arsenal have got a free kick here. Ibrahim waits. Salmon to take a touch. His progress has been excellent. Didn't get the game time for England's juniors at the Under-17 World Cup. Of course, Jack Poulter, the keeper, certainly did. Played all 5 for England. On the bench tonight, incidentally, Tommy Setford once again in goal. A 6 PL2 appearance for him. Flicked on towards Evan Mooney, cleared away by Reece Welch. And Welch will obviously know that Evan Mooney's come to Arsenal, having signed from a top-flight team in Scotland, and will be doubly determined to try and keep him quiet, you would imagine. Welch is 22 now. He's had loan spells in Belgium and lower leagues in England. Augustien, who was ruthless with his play in that win over Leeds. He has been a really good player this season, played across the various competitions, Dutch Junior International, having come in from Derby. Played the EFL Trophy as well, both of these under-21 sides failing to make it through to the knockout stages of that particular competition. Very tough groups for both. Arsenal have a corner here. Inside the opening 6 minutes, good pace to this PL2 encounter. Curled in, bounces away. Ibrahim gets some sort of flick on that and it just ricochets out. Not quite as on it as the senior side when it comes to corner kicks. Something to work on potentially. 14 goals from corners, Mikel Arteta's side, going for the record in the Premier League this season, which is 16. Which has been done on a few occasions previously. Taken down well by Boyaki over on the right-hand side, then just runs out of room, but does manage to get the call for the Toffees. Boyaki, who's come into the side for a 3rd start in PL2 this season. Martin Sheriff, the Dutchman, going to Port Vale on loan, previously at Rotherham. Arsenal will clear. Welch battles. So 2 wins to 0, the last 2 for Arsenal. 4-0 away against Leeds, 1-0 at home to Burnley. That defeat to Liverpool, last of 4 without a win. Olayiwola has to go back. Thomas Olayiwola again looking to curl it forward and looks for the movement of Benjamin. Gets to the edge of the penalty area ahead of Marley Salmon. Good running here from Omari Benjamin. He's got a couple of goals in PL2 this season. That's a strong challenge coming in. Everton throw. Van Schuur will take. Thomas. Welch. Gomez under pressure immediately in that middle third and then clipped forward, but well, that's a forced error, I would suggest. Good pressing from the Arsenal front line and forcing Everton to go long. Certainly coaching staff have been much happier with the last couple of results, as you would imagine. Arsenal's turn, unfortunately, to give the ball away over the head of Oguneke. Arsenal's under-18s, 11th in the southern section. Everton, obviously in the northern section, 2 champions play off at that particular age group. Can't really see Everton overhauling Manchester City, who seem to win it every single year, although they were beaten in the final by Villa in the North-South title decider. That got Villa into the UEFA Youth League, incidentally. They were knocked out by a very good AZ Alkmaar side, who themselves beat Dortmund earlier this week in that particular competition, and they've won it before. It's a really good test. Marley Sam. Tommy Setford, of course, has played for the first team as well. That make up victory at Preston last season. Ibrahim will play it towards Clark. Everton press and win it back. Boyakia on the right side. 3 in blue waiting for the delivery here. We've got some players in good areas, but that's neatly flicked away by Clark. Another who's played across the various competitions this season. Has featured in every single PL2 encounter so far this campaign. 10 minutes in here. No real pattern to the fixture just yet. That's going to bounce out for a goal kick. Clark's going to take this one. Setford leaves it. Everton press. Salmon curls it and then was caught, I think, after the ball had gone. Or slipped. Just about shading possession after the opening 11, near dozen minutes. Arsenal 53% so far. Mooney looks to flick it on and power forward. Done well. Ever Mooney brought down. Was he free kick? You all know that the spotlight's on him. Came through St Mirren's Academy. Looks like he's playing as a central striker. Can play as an attacking midfielder. Made his league debut against Hearts back in October of 24. Scored a senior goal in the league last season. 88th minute equaliser. And his team's away win at St Johnstone. 6 appearances at under-19 level for Scotland, and looks a real prospect. Great to have him at the academy. Can he make an impression on his debut? Arsenal have got a free kick here. In swinger or out swinger, what are we going to get? Let's see, up goes the signal. In swinger favourite potentially. Floated towards the far post, nodded towards goal comfortably for Pickford. And George Pickford rolls this one out. Pickford again. Welch. Mooney puts a bit of pressure on. And again, Everton to build from the back. Long towards Boyakia over on that right-hand side, just unable to get there. Arsenal clear away, but Everton are good here and managed to win it back. Thomas. Welch. Samuel Smith over on that right-hand side as well. Neatly done for Bates. Decides to drive forward. It's a good positive run as well here. Van Short. Touch for Thomas. And now it's with Gomez. Everton just beginning to enjoy a bit of possession here. That looks like it's too deep. Hammer will flick it on anyway. Takes no chances. Sensible stuff. Everton let it bounce out for a throw and no more. Bates. Wola popped up over on that right-hand side by Aki and Gomez as well, but they've lost possession. Arsenal's turn to come forward. Free kick. Salmon. Everton's press is good. 5-6 inside Arsenal territory here, looking to put Setford and co under a bit of pressure at the back. Clark for Setford again. Setford waits. Waits a bit more. Well, managed to thread it through. Now, what can Arsenal do here? Touch from Brando Bailey-Joseph, a shimmy and a shuffle. How about the shots? Doesn't quite get hold of it, but much more positive from an Arsenal standpoint. Pickford makes the save. Seen Brando Bailey-Joseph play both flanks over the course of this season. Arsenal's turn to press. Didn't look out of place when he came on in that Champions League game at all. Played the last 14 minutes, looked lively, was making runs, trying to get involved, always difficult. Adrenaline will be pumping. Still coming through that match day 8 encounter, 3-2 in the end, although much better than the Kazakh champions. Bayakia. Samuel Smith. Wola. Everton retain possession well. It's not the worst ball in. Setford comes and punches away. Fine punch as well. Benjamin tries to get the shot off. Everton still coming forwards here. And Setford makes another good save. Well, the final effort was from Van Shaw, who just tried to place it towards goal with a bit of purpose and power. Setford very much employed here at the moment. There was the first punch. Had to be on his toes here, set himself for the shot that didn't come initially. But this wasn't the worst effort. Needed maybe to go for the bottom corner. The Joshua Van Shaw has scored in PL2 this season. Setford was equal to it. Managed a couple of clean sheets in his previous 5. Clark for Ibrahim. There's a good energy about this Everton side at the moment. Setford. Salmon is being dragged to the ground. He's got a lot of quality. He's always calm on the ball. He's a player that can take the ball in tight areas. Might not always want it, but always willing to make himself available. Tommy Setford making some really good saves. Junior international, of course, and has been in and around the first team group as third keeper with Champions League activity over the course of this season. Arsenal throw for Ibrahim. And you can see what he was trying to do, not that far off, but he has given up possession here. Everton to come forwards. Graham, who we've not seen too much of on this left-hand side, will play it back. There is Pickford. You can hear the coaching staff saying to Brando Bailey-Joseph, you've got to press a little bit more and just make sure that he's on this near side. Everton haven't got the out ball. Arsenal throw. Ganeki on the left-hand side. Still waits. Needs a bit of movement in front of him. Gustian was trying to provide it. Everton come away with possession. Ibrahim does well. Arsenal's turn to power forwards here. It's a positive run here from Theo Julien. Big chance here. Wonderful save from Pickford. The shot from Augustien at point-blank range, and George Pickford gets down well to turn it behind. Terrific stop from the Everton keeper. That looked all on a goal. Wonderful play bursting through the centre from Theo Julien, and as he just laid it off perfectly here for Augustien, you thought, well, surely this is going to be another goal for Arsenal's number 10 off the back of the hat-trick last week, and he knows maybe he should have done a bit better, but you've got to credit the keeper. Pickford makes the stop, and Everton's clean sheet is intact for now. Might just need a little bit of trip. Not quite sure exactly where it hit. He made himself big, got himself off to the left-hand side. Yeah, just a little bit of treatment at the moment for George Pickford. Both keepers have been pretty good so far in the opening 20 minutes or so, keeping the score 2-0. We mentioned that he has played for England at representative level back in 2024, the last time, but been busy obviously. PL2, played in the Premier League International Cup as well, did feature in that 5-1 win over Leipzig just a couple of weeks ago. Has been involved with the England squad, if not necessarily playing. Part of the squad in a 1-1 draw against Japan for England's under-20 side. Did take on Japan's under-22 for what it's worth. You get a little bit of mix and match at that sort of age group. Hopefully he's okay to continue. But two really good keepers on show tonight, I think, here, Pickford and Setford. Setford, of course, has very much been involved with the England setup. Played the recent-ish under-21 qualifiers for England at European level back in November. A 4-0 win away at Slovakia, 2-0 success at home to the Republic of Ireland. So making really good progress, having come through at Ajax, of course, born in the Netherlands, as his older brother Charlie was as well. In comes the corner, flicked up, nodded away. Well, that was more akin to first-team flag kick action, but it was an awkward bounce and the header was up rather than down towards goal. Long from Tommy Setford, who gets some encouragement from the sidelines, but it's Gomez to come forward here for Everton, looking for the run of Benjamin. Everton give it away. Arsenal win it back. Ganegi tries to thread it through towards Evan Mooney. Van Shaw. It's a good ball, the flick towards Braden Graham. Marley Salmon. Mid-part of this first half then. PL2 under-21 action between Arsenal and Everton, locked together on 18 points in the standings. And you can see why, they're pretty much the same level, you might suggest. Everton have been positive, having made the trip down south. They came to the capital to grab the points against Spurs recently, looking to do likewise against Arsenal tonight. But it's been a good contest so far. Julien to take it down. Evan Mooney runs into a little bit of trouble. Just too much traffic. Everton clear. Benjamin lays it off. And Olayiwola will come forward. Byakia is in support. Might want to go himself here, Olayiwola. Here is Byakia. Curled inside the penalty area. Easy for Tommy Setford again. Real good pace to this fixture so far. Brando Bailey-Joseph, he's got pace and trickery. We've got an Everton player down at the moment. Arsenal continue though. This is Augustien. Andre Harriman-Anus over on that left-hand side. Another player, of course, has played for the first team this season. Started in that They cut win over Brighton. Salmon, Everton were just pushing up a little bit there. They've managed to win it back. Olayiwola loses out. Clark. Julian. Setford to punt it long. Over the head of Oguneke, taking up an advanced position. Clark punts it towards the centre spot. Gustian can't take it down, and Byakia is on the move here. Benjamin calling for it. Byakia going himself. Wonderful save, Setford. Brilliant stop from Tommy Setford. Byakia showing real pace and skill. Drop of a shoulder. Made room to get the shot away. Did just that. Arsenal will try and come forward and respond. But it just bounces underneath the studs of Augustine. And Everton will have it again. Samuel Smith. Brayden Graham. Van Short. Three in and around the box in blue, more arriving. Everton recycle, look for a different way in. This is Gomez. Olayiwola. Graham's touch. Olayiwola again, now it's with Gomez. Welch. Arsenal push. Is Mooney the trigger to press? The ball gone? Yes. Well, this was the run. Good balance. Forceful toe poke, wasn't it, really? Took the shot nice and early. Setford was ready. Brilliant goalkeeping. Keepers on top. Hesitant to say defensive because there have been chances, good ones as well at both ends. Here is Mooney. Oguneke. Clark to control, Salmon to slow it down maybe. This is Hamill. Brando Bailey Joseph. Van Short tight to Arsenal's number 7. Called in towards the edge of the box. And Mooney, and then Theo Julien tries to curl it to the left flank. Just maybe got a bit too much on that. Just pops up easy for Pickford. Only 4 clean sheets for Arsenal this season at PL2 level, 2 at home, 2 away. Everton have managed 5, 3 on their travels. They've only failed to score 1 so far this season, Everton, and that was on their own patch. Won their last game against Spurs, as you know. Prior to that City success. City did have a player sent off. They've won 4 of the last 5 in PL2 after only winning 2 of their first 7. Last defeat coming against Leicester. This is Van Short. Does get the cross in, but Clark watches it well. Oguneke. Just beyond Evan Mooney. Samuel Smith to tap it forwards. Byakia goes off on another mazy run. Brayden Graham to find Van Short on this near side. 3 inside the penalty area. Awkward header on the edge of the box. Play back down. Everton still looking to try and find a way through, but Arsenal have got plenty back. Thomas for Welch. Gomez. Continued his run over on that right-hand side. Here is Bates. Van Short. Bailey Joseph followed the runner. Tracked him well, but Arsenal then give it away. Welch. Approaching the half hour, Arsenal 0, Everton 0. PL2 action here, both looking to nudge a little further up the standings. Looking to finish in the top 12. Here is Benjamin. Does manage to pull it back, but Arsenal have got players in the way, and it scurries out to this near side. Everton throw. Thomas. Welch. All the way back towards Pickford. Everton probe away, all the way through. At the minute, Arsenal well drilled, well organised, long pump forward. It's going to skip off the turf into the arms of Tommy Setford. Of course, Everton have been promoting from their academy recently. Seen Harrison Armstrong play Premier League games for David Moyes' sides. If they're good enough, they're certainly old enough. Some good talent coming through. And of course, same applies for Arsenal, given the fact that the likes of Arsenal Skelly is very much in the first team group. And Ethan Nwaneri, of course, on loan at Marseille now, did score on his debut big game for Marseille this weekend, Le Classique, against Paris Saint-Germain in the French capital Sunday night. Be a good test for Ethan. Gomez. The curl away to this near side. Well, Van Shaw showed a bit of pace, but Hamill strong enough, cute enough, knew exactly what was going on, just had to shield that for a split second. Brando Bailey-Joseph. Christian for Ibrahim. Now Braden Clark. Arsenal working away from a tight area. Iwola just with a tug of the shirt. Seven. Ibrahim. Dropping deep. Hamill a little loose. Salmon spots it. Controls well. And then was brought down. Can he play? You have to keep reminding yourself that he's just 16. Boyakia to take it down. Got Samuel Smith, the fullback, on the right-hand side. Here he is. 19-year-old to drop down to non-league football to get a bit of experience with Marine in National League North. Regular starter in the autumn until the end of the year. Picked up a lot of yellow cards in his time at National League North. Don't know the league too well, but I imagine it's a fairly tough one. But didn't shy away from his responsibilities. Slipped through to the edge of the area. The layoff is good, and there's a chance here, but it's blazed over the crossbar after the approach play was really good. And we've seen Iwola getting some really good positions over the course of the opening half hour plus. This time he spins away. Does he get lucky, or is it a layoff from an Everton player? Might have hit Marley Salmon, but it went perfectly back into the path of the attacking midfielder. Maybe just bounced up a little bit. Either way, target was not struck. eager to put the pressure on immediately. Setford goes a little back to front here. Forward by Thomas. Ibrahim. Ganeki under pressure immediately from Boyakia. Really good contest. 34 minutes in, no goals. Setford. Eventually decanted towards Marnie Salmon. Someone has made the move further forward, just into enemy territory. Wants to look to come forward at pace. Bailey Joseph shrugs off the attentions of Thomas and wins a throw. Julian to take the throw. This might be a long one, this. Ball has been wiped. No towels on view. Going to be launched long. See what the young man's got. Good trajectory. Flicked on neatly. Mooney lurking over on that left-hand side. Here he is. Evan Mooney. Oh, caught there. Free kick. It's a poor challenge for me, that. Mooney had beaten him with a drop of the shoulder. So good opportunity here, potentially. Plenty of Arsenal personnel inside the penalty area, waiting for this free kick to be taken. Cristiano's going to cross to take it. Mooney has moved away. You can see Julian edge of the penalty area, but this one's going to be whipped in, Declan Rice-like, potentially. Let's see. Or maybe an outswinger. Arsenal with a free kick. An opportunity from the set piece then for the Gunners here against Everton. Plenty in red and white inside the Everton penalty area. It's struck fairly low. And the Toffees will clear. Hamill to curl back in though. It bounces beyond Mooney and Augustien and just goes out for an Everton throw, and that's a little bit disappointing. Arsenal had got good contingent into advanced areas. Centre halves will have to make their way back. So far, the coaches will be relatively pleased. Brando Bailey-Joseph takes over, got two Everton players around him, flicks it forward cleverly towards Augustien. Bailey-Joseph again working hard to help win it back. This is Theo Julien, now it's with Evan Mooney, looking to get the shot come cross in, and that's brave goalkeeping from Pickford. Forceful play from the Gunners once again, and Evan Mooney's been good, movement's been good, he's moved left and right, he's looked to get involved. Sloppy from Everton, Arsenal throw. Hamill waits. Mooney holds it up well, finds Augustien, clips it towards Oguneke, takes it on the instep back towards the young Scot, cleared away by Bates. Arsenal try and win it back, and do win it back, illegally so. Well, a tight encounter It's ebbed and flowed. We've seen both teams have sort of spells in opposition territory. Both keepers have made some really good saves. These two teams pretty well balanced. Just over 5 minutes remaining until half-time. We might have a few minutes of added on time, given the fact we had an injury to George Pickford for a few minutes. We might have another one here to Bayakia has gone down. Physio's on. Ghanaian, who was signed a couple of years ago now. Products of the Zelina Academy out in Africa. And did have some trials at AC at Milan as well. But looks like he's got a bit of talent, doesn't he? Had that run at shot earlier on in this first half, just about back up on his feet. Evans have come forward again. Oh, that's really good running and the block, and eventually it comes back off the Everton player, I think. It was the fullback that got forward. Promising run from Odin Samuel Smith, and he believes it should have gone Everton's way, but it didn't. Took a couple of ricochets. Arsenal want to take it quickly. But the referee was too busy speaking with players on the far side as we look here. And Hamill's going to have another go. Braden Clark back for Tommy Setford. For Ibrahim. Clark to go long. Needed to try and take it down. Battles hard here. And looking to continue his run over on the left-hand side. He was always second favourite to get to that, but he forces the Everton player to come across, and it was Thomas that cleared. Another long throw. First one wasn't bad at all. What can Julian conjure this time around? Long inside the box it comes. Fairly flat trajectory. Nodded towards Graham, who completes the job. Free kick as Benjamin is shoved over by Hamill. It's a yellow card, is it? For the shove? Not 100% about that. The player was coming back towards his own penalty area. Obviously not really playing the ball, I guess that's the reasoning. So caution. Just wait to see who got the yellow card. It may well have been for Abraham for just holding on to the ball, I think. Yeah, so not the challenge as I initially thought. Everton clear and clear well. Gomez can't force it through. Ibrahim plays it forwards. This is Bates to turn. And Samuel Smith to come forward. Graham to turn and get to the byline and get the cross in. Important header away. Marley Salmon does really well. Rises highest of all. Everton still coming forward. And again, the cross comes in and Setford makes the save. Benjamin's header was goal bound, but for the intervention of Tommy Setford, who once again has pulled that one out of the sky. Arsenal get the call, in fact, here. If Ibrahim did get the yellow card, just got confirmation of that. 3 minutes at the end of this first 45. It's been a really good contest. Everton managed to win it back as Arsenal drive forward over on that left-hand side. Whistle's gone. Here's the save from Setford. It's a really good header. Gets in front of his marker. Setford has to stretch for that one. Not as easy as it looked, I would fancy, but he has been bulletproof so far this evening, as has his opposite number, in fairness. Messrs Setford and Pickford. Two 19-year-old keepers who could be battling each other out for England representation over the next few years. Who knows? Both represented at junior level. Of course, Setford now under 21s, as we mentioned previously. Had the first minute of the added on 3 here. Arsenal throw. It's an Everton ball. Mooney will leave it. I've been relatively impressed with Mooney. Always difficult coming to a new club, of course, new league, new surroundings and all that as a young man, but you can tell that there's something about him. And is for sure. I think there's a lot of positives to take out the first 45 here. Just missing a goal from an Arsenal point of view, obviously. Everton have had chances as well. But level between the two at half-time is probably fair. Just a little bit disappointing we haven't seen a goal. Clark's header. Bailey Joseph. Looking to use his pace here against Bates, and he's done just that. Keeps his balance as well with 2 Everton players on him. Surely came off the Everton player. No, must have hit the boot, the shins, the ankle, something of Brando. Hamill with a header. Saw that one coming. That is the half. Intriguing opening 45 minutes here. So get ready for the second half. Aaron Farmer to get us underway. Arsenal restart 0-0 after 45 minutes then here in this PL2 fixture between Arsenal's under-21s and their Everton counterparts. Braden Clark had to slide in. Oganiki with a neat turn or two. Referee allows that one to go. I thought Julien may well have been fouled. Harriman Anu's not seen too much of him, but he's a very good footballer. And Julien does well. Everton were pressing in numbers. Augustien to sweep it over to the right-hand side. Let's see what Bailey Joseph can do. Need to see a little bit more from the wingers, maybe. Both have been okay, but we know how good they can be, and they can really elevate their game. We've seen that across various competitions this season. And that's why they've both been involved in first team action, and deservedly so. Augustien towards Hamill, plenty inside the area here. Ricochets around, it's an awkward one for Oganeki. Came to him at a difficult height. He's a bit frustrated with himself, and I can see that, but it's not the easiest of opportunities. Did score against Olympiacos in the UEFA Youth League. 2-1 reverse here. Made a good run. He's popped up in some really good areas. Manou's battles. This is better from Arsenal. Ganeki maybe still thinking about that chance that he had. Julien gets to the byline. Everton man got a touch on that, I thought. Arsenal still have it, prodded away. Next up for Arsenal, game against Newcastle, incidentally, at home, then Reading away. Still got Ipswich at home, Norwich away, then Leicester, Sunderland, West Brom, Palace to round out the league schedule. Another long throw, been good. Again, long inside the 6-yard box, really good delivery. Everton deal with it, in fairness. Graham goes down, referee sees nothing wrong with that. Let the game flow, hasn't he? Man in the middle. Here is Hamill to get forward, pulls it back towards Mooney, it's cleared away. And this second half has picked up where the first half left off, with plenty of cut and thrust, good pace about both teams. Oh, it's a nice idea. He's just going to get away from Mari Benjamin. Clark wraps the left boot around it to clear. Julien, bit of grappling going on in central midfield. Everton win it back. Julien waits. Don't really think that the Everton player was 10 yards back, but no mither. Ibrahim. Ganeki. Just gets away from him. He wanted it a bit further forward. Got to re-engage quickly. That's gone. Get back at it. Arsenal press, try and win it back high up the pitch, but Everton are good enough to try and play around that Arsenal front line. It does go out of play though, good pressing. Ibrahim down, stretching out the calves of the air. Is he there? There's well, physio on straight away. So a bit of a pause to proceedings then here, as Ibrahim gets a little bit of treatment here, just stretching the knee out there, making sure that he's okay to continue. He has had a breakout season in many ways, involved in the UEFA Youth League, just 18, a regular in PL2. He's started 8 of the 12 games now, and of course that Champions League debut, first team debut against Kairat late on. And these young players will no doubt be looking at that Wigan FA Cup time thinking, can I be on the bench? Can I get a few more minutes at Emirates for that one? 4th round tie that you'd like to think see Arsenal through to the next stage. Wigan not as they were. Third tier side now, of course. Oh, feeling it a little bit, stretching out the back. Is he going to be okay to continue? Let's hope so. Hamill with the throw. Ibrahim still looks in a little bit of pain. Mooney. Oganeke. Boyackia putting on the press. It's back towards Clark. Sefton waits. Just clips it forward. Delicate ball to the halfway line, but it's easily intercepted. Everton captain Reece Welch rides one challenge, but not the second. Everton will take on Burnley next in PL2, then Sunderland, Saints, Reading, Ipswich. Of course, they face under 18 level in the FA Youth Cup. That game is certainly at the Dickinson. Be a good night there. I would have thought there'd be a few people down for that one. Youngsters always get well supported throughout the Premier League when they play on their own, the main stadium. And then Brighton away, Birmingham away, last two PL2 games running into April. Both of these two sides aiming to be in those playoffs as they were last year. Ibrahim back on. How freely is he moving? Strong challenge on Hamill. Arsenal win it back, not for long. Everton have it again. He pinballs around in midfield. That's a clever touch. Waller tries to play it to this near side and Boyackia, but Arsenal have got players to get the block in and win it back. Salmon. Is it more of a battle? First few minutes, I thought the second half was as the first, but maybe they've worked each other out a little bit here. Not seen too much different from an attacking point of view in the second half. Oh, Setford. That was a bit of a daisy cutter. Still just shaving possession, Arsenal, 58-42. 7 attempts, 5 on target. Tail of the tape so far. Well, Augustine seemed to do the hard work. Skipped away from the challenge, made a bit of space, got his head up, but realised, I think, that there was no one in Reading White that far forward on the right-hand side. Oh, this is Marley Salmon who's down now. Everyone's feeling the back. Glance towards the bench. I think they're just trying to make their mind up whether changes are going to be made here. You can see that Callum Hamills just wants a word with Marley Salmon. We are going to see an alteration. Not yet, though. Oh, Pickford has to get rid of that one when he puts on the pressure. Just a little bit late with the challenge. There's not too much wrong with that. Every right to try and close down and nick that one away from the keeper. Might have another go here. The defenders don't want straight balls like that, but Everton have managed to keep hold of the ball. Not for long. Manus does well. Mooney steps in. Welch has it. Ibrahim struggling to move at the minute. This is Brando Bailey-Joseph with an injection of pace and wins a corner. See if Abraham on the edge of the D here. At the minute he's not looking towards the bench. I thought we were going to see Archie Stevens. But not yet. Arsenal corner, in swing up goes the signal. Plenty in red and white inside the box here. Clark looks to spin away towards the back post, punched away by Pickford. Ibrahim doesn't jump for that one, has to stretch. Boyakia misses his kick, played back towards the Everton penalty area, and he ricochets through, and Graham could be in here. He's got runners, teammates to his left. Held up though really well. Oh, credit Oganeki there, got back goal side, make it difficult for him. Everton still going forward. Gomez looking for the fancy flick over his head, but it only goes out of play. Oganeki takes quickly. This is Clark. Marley Salmon. Hamill under pressure. Wola. Curling effort that's blocked. Wola again. Now it's with Bates. Gomez. A lot of space on this near side here for Samuel Smith, and then Bates tries to feed it through. It's Graham on the turn. Good block from Clark. Read it well, stuck to the task, slid in. Good defensive work. Really good defensive play, because Graham on the half turn there had suddenly sprung to life. Everton with a throw. Goal kick. I think they're shouting to him, asking if he's okay, wants to continue. All players want to stay on. Confidence that these young players have playing in and around the penalty area 30, 40 years ago. There'd be huge cries from coaching staff and fans to get rid and go long, but keepers, centre halves don't mind. They'll take it in tight areas in front of their own goal, looking to bait the press, as they say. Forward by Thomas. Arsenal win it back and are on the counter here. Just won't fall for Haramanus. Laiwola shows good strength here up against Theo Julien. Wins a free kick. Bates to take the free kick. Arsenal retreat to the edge of their own penalty area. Laiwola standing over this one as well. Taken to this near side. Boyakia back towards Bates. Good pressure. Gomez has to scamper across to his left to keep it in play, but he does manage to do just that. Everton then lose out. Forward by Ibrahim. The running here. It's just not going to be able to keep it in play. Theo Julien with the throw as we hit the hour. Not quite as many talking points in this second half, not quite as many chances created. Ibrahim. Salmon. Hamill. Eddie Joseph just in front of him. Still the fullback comes forwards. Gustian just in that pocket beyond the midfielders. Clark. Harriman Anus. We have, of course, seen play as a central striker, but Mooney gunning the nod on his debut today means that Andre Harriman Anus is set to play left-hand side. But skillful enough and good enough to do it. Julian having his own private battle with Olewola at the minute, and just a bit of a word from the referee here. Maybe a last warning. He's just going to weigh a couple of free kicks against the Toffees 10. Gomez. Welch. He sticks out a boot but can't make proper connection. Samuel Smith to move forwards. Olewola. Bates. Thomas, Everton enjoying a spell of possession, but no real penetration at the moment. It's pretty passing from right to middle and back again, but there's no real penetration and proper play to get in behind Arsenal here, although they might be able to do something now. Benjamin goes down, Ibrahim wins it fairly. Oh, that's poor from the striker. That's a yellow card for me. It's a bit of frustration, but you can't just go hacking at a player's legs. He lost the battle. And yellow card. Ibrahim wins it. Ibrahim, of course, was booked in the first half. Clark. Energy and the effort that the players have put in closing down at both ends of the pitch has been very impressive. It's just made for a lot of passages of play where defenders have been trying to play around midfielders and attackers, and eventually they try and go long and lose possession. It's happened at both ends. Cleared away by Pickford. Hamill's header. Ibrahim towards Julien. Tries to just flick it through for Harriman Anus, who's done well. Just coming a little more central. And then Mooney shepherded out of play by Van Short. So 64 minutes coming to the midpoint of this second period. Just wonder when changes are going to be made. We thought we were going to see some because of injury, but that hasn't been the case just yet. Arsenal with Jaden Dixon, as we mentioned, on the bench. Louis Zečević John potentially to come on as well. We've seen him in the UEFA Youth League. Also Washington as well, who's had a good season. Benjamin looking to roll his man. He's claiming that he was being fouled. Play continues. Archie Stevens, of course, who signed from Rangers, played for Dunfermline in the Championship on loan. So those are the Arsenal options. Augustien allowed to come a long way. He looks to flick it back here as well. It's a good hit that's blocked. Mooney it was that took it on. Pace and power, but just too many Everton players in the way. Did have a few younger players on the bench, along with Kobe Abera, a young German who's 20 now, in fact. Luca Davis, Bradley Moonen. Latter hasn't played, I don't think, in PL2 this season. Defender. Shaw with a throw. Gomez challenged by Mooney. Clark controls, does well. Oganeki looking to hit Brando Bailey-Joseph. The front three have just switched for Arsenal. This is Julien coming forward. Brando Bailey-Joseph is playing left at the minute. Mooney's almost playing on the right. Harriman and Anoose through the centre. So a little bit of a switch for Arsenal's attacking trio. Mooney is versatile, we're told. And he's operating over on the right-hand side. Not really a winger as such, but certainly a slightly different position to what he played in the first 45. Maybe that was something they planned, wanting to see him in a couple of positions in competitive action. Harriman is down the middle, as we've seen him plenty of times. So personnel switch on the pitch rather than subs. Pickford. Welch. Bates. Oh, giving away midfield, but Bailey-Joseph can't keep the move alive, and Everton have got space here. This is Samuel Smith to come forwards. Runs into Oganeki, but then around him. And then Boyaki does get the cross in to the edge of the area. Difficult chance for Gomez, and well, as it popped up, he couldn't keep it down. It's a difficult chance, really. He's not the biggest, Gomez. You've got to get your hip over that, your knee over it. Coming onto it really quickly. He scored once for PL2 this season. Francis Gomez couldn't keep that one down. Everton haven't drawn a game this season in PL2. 6 wins, 6 defeats in their 12 matches. Arsenal coming forward again. Brando Bailey-Joseph has it on this near side, looking to get the shot away. Pickford makes the save. Just got half a yard. Angle was tightish, keeper well positioned. Last time that Everton shared the points in the PL2 fixture way back in February of last year, a 2-2 away draw at Fulham. Leiwola. Goes again. Benjamin through the centre looking for the layoff. Leiwola thought about taking it on. Gomez for Graham. And Shaw gets a low ball in. Only Salmon is in the way. It has been a battle. They've had to work really hard, the Arsenal defensive line. Likewise, Everton at the other end. And the longer it goes 0-0, they're doubly determined not to give up a goal. Everton corner. None of Arsenal's 3 draws have been 0-0s. Neither team drew 0-0 last season either. Surely we're not going to get a scoreless affair here. 20 minutes to go. Short corner for Everton here. He wants to take it on. Yeah, guilty of over-elaboration, I think, there. Salmon comes and steals away. High towards the back post, but overcooked. Easy for the keeper to let that one bounce through. Whilst there have been slow burners, as Max Porter will testify to in PL2 this season. Bit of a curiosity that at home in the first half this season they have never been in front, so no real surprise maybe that they won't in front here. 4 draws one time that they were behind. Twice in front at the break, away from home. And Everton themselves, more often than not, stalemate. At the break just once they've been leading away from home, so maybe the first 45 we should have known, but did expect a little bit more, and we're now just 18 minutes remaining of this second period. Everton have it again. Sure to push it forward. He's been a willing runner throughout. And Graham looking to curl towards goal. Did not dip enough. Cut inside, took a look up. Thought, do you know what? Can I get some bend and dip on this one? Change to be made for Everton. Looks like we're going to see Kobe Abere. German who has been used more often than not as a substitute in PL2. 6 substitute appearance in PL2. 20. Kobe Abere, he's on. Gomez, the player has been replaced. So we'll see what sort of difference that makes. Let's not go up the other end and win a corner. Taking the corner short. Switch on is the cry from the Everton coaching staff. It's whipped in neatly, Welch away. Good looking ball. Everton throw. Unable to get to that, Arsenal have it again. That's a good effort. But once again, Pickford is there. Makes it look easy. Might have stung the fingers, that one. Augustien cutting in from the right-hand side. We've seen good long ranges from both teams in the last few minutes. Down the line, good running Benjamin. Looking to run at Marley Salmon. One step over and another. Looks to keep it in play, but it's cleared away. Kobe Abere was closest to forcing over the line from close range, but there are Arsenal defenders back to do the job. Real dynamic run from Amari Benjamin. .15 minutes remaining. Points in the balance. First draw of the season in PL2 for Everton, just 15 minutes away, but they are pushing for a winner, as Arsenal have been as well. Not downing tools. Graham to take it on again. Ricochets through. Benjamin to turn. Abere to keep it in play. Well, there were 3 in and around the 6-yard box. Was he trying to cut it back or just smash it towards goal, hoping that there was a ricochet? And it fell to a blue shirt. And then Manus runs into to trouble. Or rather, Augustien does. But does win a throw. Maganeke with a throw. I see that Arsenal ready to make some changes here. The referee's halted play. Are we going to get them now, I wonder? Well, Archie Stevens was waiting to come on previously. We're also going to see Louis Zečević-John. And the other alteration is Marcel Washington. He's going to come off here. Brando Bailey-Joseph, one to be replaced. Maganeke also coming to this near side to come off. I've seen a couple of players come to the near side to get a bit of refreshment. Does he have a Mooney as well? Well, as we see the alterations, Mooney comes off and Zečević-John comes on. So a little bit of a switch around in terms of formation potentially here for Arsenal. We'll see, but I think Mooney's done okay. Obviously would have liked to have scored, but I think he's worked the channels well. He's showed good energy, industry, he's put himself about, got in some good positions. Subs that have just come on for Arsenal here, 12 minutes to make some sort of impact. Confirmation of those changes. On your screen, just filtering through. Zečević-John looks like he might be playing up front here. Stevens is going to play left-hand side potentially. Pickford. Stevens tries to win it back with the help of Clark. If Abraham looks to knock it forward, all a bit scrappy. Hamill does well, does really well, the fullback. Washington's obviously going to play left-hand side, I would have thought. So just over 10 minutes remaining. Arsenal 0, Everton 0. Everton with a throw. Will we get some late drama? Both sets of players have put in a big shift tonight. Prepared well. A lot of energy. And so, well, I thought it was odds on that we would see him, given that he was named on the bench. So let's see what Jaden Dixon can do then here. Late signing, surprise signing really, the two youngsters that came to Arsenal, very much under the radar. As Hamill, I think, had an excellent game at right back, is taken off, but Dixon comes with a good reputation. I'm going to slot in over on that right-hand side, as we mentioned previously. England junior international from Stoke. Stoke and St Mirren, the hunting grounds for young talent at the moment. But let's hope they develop at Arsenal. They'll certainly be given every chance. Alterations made then for the Gunners. All the outfield players have come on. It's as if it's Sean was hauled to the ground Play continues. Stevens looks to take over. He's done well. Corner. Good play. Arsenal corner. Garcia gets ready to take. Arsenal filling the Everton penalty area here with red and white shirts. Let's see. What Damien Augustin can do. In comes the delivery, high towards the far post here. It's flicked away. Lejovic-John will let it go, and it's forced through a crowd of players, still not completely cleared, and Pickford saw that, raced outside of his 6-yard box to pounce. Samuel Smith lays it off. We're back here for Samuel Smith again. Can he get the cross in here? Plenty to aim at. It's not completely cleared, and the shot from Graham ricochets up, and then the volley from Pates is closer to the corner flag than the goal. Another change here for Everton. Hey, Robert. Young player that's going to come on and make his debut for PL2 level. But Benjamin can't take advantage of it. And Arsenal compiling forward. Lejovic-John looking to just flick it round the corner. The imposing figure of Welch is there. Stevens looking to duck underneath and fly down the flank. Play for England's 17s at World Cup level a few years ago now, of course. Came from Rangers in the summer. Scored plenty of goals for the 18s this season, 6 in 14 appearances, 5 assists as well, so 11 goal involvements. Has been very good in the northern section of the Academy League. Another long ball forward to the left-hand side. Benjamin looks for a quick give and go. Washington's in the way. Stevens on the move. Arsenal come forwards here. Lejovic-John looks to turn. Washington to take the throw. Back for Washington again. Ibrahim. Clark. Through to this near side in Washington, but Stevens a little off balance as he tried to play it down the line. Not easy under pressure. two teams well coached and tactically sound have sort of cancelled each other out in this second half. Haven't seen the sort of chances that we saw in the first period, which was a little more free-flowing. Second half opportunities in short supply. Everton haven't had a shot on target in the second half. Arsenal just one. Five and 3. Arsenal, Everton respectively in the first period for shots on target. So it's a very different game. Is there to be a late sting? Pickford under pressure. Everton deep inside their own half. Arsenal pressing. It's the same pattern that we've seen for much of the fixture. Ibrahim has to try and nick the ball away. Can he keep it in? No, does well, does he? No. Bates. Showed a bit too much, but neither player shook. The 50-50. Oh. Setford comes to the edge of his area. There's good respect between the players here, I think. Setford had to race to the edge of the area. Ball was there to go for. And prior to that, we saw a 50-50 that neither player shirked. Ball bounces out. Dixon to take the throw. Dixon with the header. Oh, well. Laywell has gone down with a scream. Has a card come out there? Yeah. Let's have a look at this again. Potentially, it's Zečević John that's gone in the book here for the challenge on Laywell. Second caution to an Arsenal player. And there's confirmation. Everton win the free kick, and we are into the 90th. There's another yellow card's come out here. Is that for slowing things up? And to whom? Theo Julien, we think, has got booked. Hang on a minute, we're still trying to find out. Might have been Stevens, in fact, that got that caution. We will confirm it on screen in just a second. I didn't really see which Arsenal player it was. There was no one around the referee when the card was flourished. Well, the whistle's going to go again there. Salmon's just been dragged to ground. We've had the 90. There's confirmation of the card. It did go to Stevens. How many minutes of added on time we're going to get? Well, we haven't had a restart for a goal, unfortunately. We've had a number of subs. We've not had too many stoppages for anything else. It's another free kick. It's more stop than start at the moment. Well, we're getting last chance saloonish, aren't we, here, for Arsenal to grab a late winner. Nobody saw the board go up. It was taken down pretty quickly. But this is a chance for Arsenal to win it late on. Stevens to the left, Gustien to the right. Is it going to be deep into added on time here? In swinger or out? Out swinger. Gustien. Plenty of dip on that one. Everton defending in numbers will clear. Washington to get it back in. Flag is up. Well, a point apiece will see Everton jump to 11th, Arsenal to 13th. Obviously depends on what happens elsewhere, but Villa losing, Brighton as well at the minute, Sunderland winning, Fulham winning. Manchester United at the top of the table only drawing. Fulham beating West Ham 5-0 at the minute on this Friday night. And the shake-up, if it stays as it is that Arsenal will jump up to 13th. Still have a game on hand on Everton and others around them. But it's going to be a bit of a scrape and a scrap to make sure of a top 16 spots. No one seems to know how many minutes of added on time we've got. I suspect it won't be loads. Robert keeps it in play. Arsenal stop for a second here. The young striker is dispossessed on the edge of the area. Everton still going a better with a low ball in. Takes a block, spins back out to that Everton left flank. 5 minutes, we're told, have added on time. We've had 3 of the 5. 2 for one of these two sides to grab the full 3 points. A share of the spoils at the minute, probably about fair, but football's not always fair. Can Arsenal conjure a late winner in this PL2 fixture? Everton have possession, need to get the ball first, the Gunners. And they do. Ibrahim. Striding forward and finding Zečević-John. Stevens calling for it. Washington on this near side as well. Arsenal still coming forward. The effort brilliantly tipped over Pickford. What a save. Well, Gustien dropped a shoulder, came inside. I think the initial shot took a deflection here. But this is a brilliant save either way, because that was goal bound 100%. And Pickford, who's made a string of good stops, that one arguably saving the night. So, into the 5th minute of added on time, 5th and final minute. Arsenal load up the 6-yard box. Clark up from the back. Zečević-John waiting for it. Harriman Anus as well. In swinger. And it comes punched up in the air by Pickford, and Everton should be able to manage the game from here on in, you would have thought. Thumped away. Oh, and a slip there in midfield. Graham still thinks there's something in this for Everton. Not over yet. Van Shaw piling on. 3 inside the area. Deep across this time around. Nodding towards goal on the top of it. Substitute. Ray Robert, I think it was, with a looping effort from relatively close in. Well, that is full time. And the effort from the substitute that was over the crossbar, the last action, both teams had good opportunities late on. Max Porter's side held here by Everton. First draw of the season in PL2